furniture. It was entirely dark, and I couldn't see any farther beyond. I listened for another minute before a sudden creepy feeling fell over me and I backed slowly away. The house was completely empty. There wasn't a sound to be heard. I'd finally had enough and turned around, almost nailing my head on the low-hanging tree branch and practically running to my car. I didn't once look back to see if there was any activity in the house, and I threw the pizza onto my passenger seat and go the hell out of there. Not quite sure exactly why I was so freaked out, but just giving in to my instincts. My boss was pissed when I came back to the restaurant with the pizza. She asked me why I hadn't called the number on the order to see if I had the wrong house, and I admitted I hadn't even thought of it. That's how freaked out I felt. She went to the phone to dial the number herself and then put the phone back down with a confused face. "It's not in service," she said. I was still all creeped out when I got home and couldn't sleep, so I decided to look up the address online. First I found it on Google Maps and confirmed it was the house I'd been to. Then I googled the address along with the name on the order. What I found scared me so much I almost cried, and I called into the pizza place the very next day and quit. As it turned out, the house had been empty for years. Its last resident was a man who was questioned on suspicion of some child disappearances in the area back in the 80s. The article went on to say that the man had killed himself in his home not long after being questioned and let go. The assumption being that the cops were onto him, and this was his way of escaping punishment. Although the police never found any evidence in his house to the crimes he was suspected of, it was pretty much assumed by everyone that he had kidnapped and murdered 3 children in the area, and there were probably lots more. I couldn't find any pictures of the man online, but something tells me that if I had, I would have seen the same face I saw in the doorway of that house. I believe that what I saw was a ghost, and that even though the man I saw might have escaped justice, he's clearly not resting in peace. I just hope his victims are, and that they aren't also stuck in that house with him.